guys, we are three Germans here and we would like to talk a little bit about Japan, about the differences between Japan and Germany, and join us. My name is Luisa. I teach German in a Japanese language school and I live in Japan for almost 3 years now.
I'm Alex. I was born in Russia, but I lived in Germany for a long time. And I'm in Japan since 16 months. And yeah, right now I'm unemployed.
My name is Angela. I'm in Japan now for about 9 years, and recently I'm teaching here at university and in a language school, German.
Alex, why did you came to Japan?
Yeah, that's a very good question. No, Japan, I was always watching anime. I was always interested since I was playing piano for 8 years. I was always more interested in like the Japanese music more than like classical, more emotion and this and that. And I've been in Australia for 1 year. I've traveled here and there, like a little bit around Europe. But yeah, it's mostly the same people, the same. Like yeah, it's still different cultures, but I just wanted to have a complete change to experience something completely new. I found, why not give Japan a shot?
How about you?
When I was in junior high school, I liked the singer. His name is Gakto. So nobody knew him, only me, but I really loved him. So I always liked Japan since then. And then I went, when I was a university student, I went the first time to Japan for 1 month with my best friend and really liked the country so much that I thought I want to go working holiday here. And then after 1 year, I thought I will go home, but still I wanted to be here, and 9 years has passed since then.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
And you?
Maybe a little bit the same of everything.
Mm-hmm.
I was working a lot in Germany and I was just like tired and I wanted to take a break from everything. So I basically just quit everything within 2 months and I came to Japan because I always wanted to go. I was watching anime when I was younger. I liked the music, the fashion. And then I came to Japan with a working holiday visa, but I decided that I don't want to go back anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's been almost 3 years. Yeah. Have you worked in Germany before, or did you went like right after
No,
university?
10 days after I got at university,
Oh.
I came here. So I only worked as a part-time job, like for telephone and so on. But I think it's a little bit different than in Japan, because when I worked there, so I quitted maybe 5 or 10 minutes before everybody was already cleaning up and we go home on time.
Yes.
But here it's really like, yeah, it's finished, but still when there's something to do, I have to stay. And yeah, this is sometimes really, it took time to accept it and not think, no, it's my time, I go home.
Right.
But still, I think, yeah, but when I do it for my co-workers and for the students, I think I can live with it, but it's a thing, it's really totally different.
Yeah. I was actually really surprised about that, because in Germany we're always very like, oh, it's finished now, I'm going home, this is my time now, and I have the right to take the time for myself after work because this is my contract. But here in Japan they just try to stay as long as possible. Whenever there's something to do, they just don't go. Luckily it's not like this in my company, because it's like management is like foreign, so when I finish, then I finish and I can go. I'm very happy about that.
Why do you guys think is that? Why do like Japanese people tend to? Because technically it's their right as well to. Like your time is done. Technically you could go like.
Yeah, but it's the atmosphere, no? So when you go and you feel like the other people are angry or they have still to work, and I go home, they feel really guilty, I think.
Yeah, that's the point. I don't know why, but the culture here is like there's so much pressure to give everything for the company and just for the company, that even if you ask for a day off or 2 days off, then they're going to be like, well, but then we have to work more because you're not here. And you have the right to take holiday, it's the law. But even then they make feel you bad about it. And this is a part I really cannot understand, which is like really difficult in comparison to Germany, I think.
Yeah, because in the end, if you give everything to the company, or if you just live for the company and you like spend all your time and just focus on like what the company needs and what the co-workers think of each other.
Yeah.
But then if something happens to you in the company, they don't like in Japan.
They don't
They
care.
don't care. They
Yeah,
don't care. No, they
That's the
don't.
thing. So
Yeah.
that was the surprise for me as well when I saw like, okay, if people get sick in Germany, it works. You go to the doctor, you get the yellow paper, and yeah, you're sick.
Yeah.
No one takes your holidays. No one here. If you get sick, like you already have a limited amount of holidays, and if you get sick, they take it from your holidays.
Or
They don't-
they don't like pay you. You just
Yeah.
like have no money then. But you're sick. You cannot work what you're supposed to do. Also, the sick note costs money in Japan. It is
Oh.
expensive. It's like 3,500 or something.
I've never took it.
Yeah, I had to take it one time, or they would have taken off my salary. So I had no choice. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. But I think in the company, not any company, but still they are close together. I feel like our staff or something. So because they share much time together, maybe it only seems like this, but
I have really heard different perspectives. Actually, there are companies who really care about like the whole team and the staff and everything. But there are also a lot of companies where they just don't really care about you. It's like, yeah. I heard a lot of negative things. I heard some positive things. I think it really depends on which company you work.
But your own overall experience is like more negative.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, but we are foreigners, so it's not so hard for us. I think like Japanese, so I can say no, and they say a little bit like but when I say
they're
no,
like,
they
okay, it's
accept it.
Or you have like a little bit of a free pass for some stuff as a foreigner. So they're just going to be like, well, she doesn't get it, she's a foreigner, so we just let it go. But it's not so easy for a Japanese person to actually be like, this is my time now, I want to go, or I'm sick, I'm not coming, or like something like this. Yeah, I think it's very different.
But that also just for a certain amount of time, right? You don't have that forever. Like if you stay in the same company for, let's say, 10 years, like at some point they're gonna say like, all right, you know how it works. Like you can't get away with that stuff anymore.
Probably, yeah.
No, I think so.
I
When you
mean-
work there a long time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But actually, I have to say, I heard from people who live here for a long time. I'm not sure if you experienced this already. You will always be the foreigner. You will not really. Sometimes I have the feeling they will never really accept you, even though you live there for more than like half of your own life or whatever. They always be like, "Are you a foreigner?"
But I
We
think
don't
that's
understand."
I don't like this discussion so much. Many people who go home after a while they always say this, but I think so. Japanese, we look different, and it's not like a multicultural country like Germany. When I see, for example, I see many Asian, and I
Yeah.
think they're German because I'm used to it, but
Yeah.
they aren't. And still, I am not Japanese, and I will never be because I'm German.
Yeah.
And you have to accept this. So there are people who talk negative about this, but I always think no, I'm German, and I should also be proud of this. And also they accept me as a German and not as a Japanese, but it's like this is human being, I think.
If you feel like this is actually really good because I know some people who actually have, and they've been living in Japan for their whole life. They're like Japanese. They just look different.
Yes,
People
yes,
still
yes.
don't accept them because they don't.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes,
And
yes.
they expect them, oh, but you're probably from a foreign country, or you probably lived in a foreign country for like several years or something, so you can't be like fully Japanese, even though they are. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's the
For them.
problem. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Even I don't want to be seen as a Japanese ever because I'm German, and I'm fine.
But
with
I
that.
think when you were born here, it's maybe when
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
as a
right.
half, or it's difficult. But still, for me, it was never a problem. Yeah.
But it also feels even if they don't accept you as like, as one of them, and you're always gonna be like this different person, they still, it feels like, at least in my last company, it was when it started out, was like, okay, I could play the gaijin card, and I was like, like I could leave on time, I could do this and that. But the longer I was working in a place, the more they expected me to become Japanese, to adapt like to all the rules, but then it's still, even if I tried, it still was like this distance. They kind of push you to become more and more Japanese, but they still keep like
The
this.
distance, right? Like you're like.
Doesn't matter how much you try, it's, yeah.
You have a job here in Osaka? You work like part time or something?
No, I worked like I said, from last August till this August in a warehouse in Osaka. Yeah, right now I'm just
Don't want to.
no. I'm trying to figure out how to stay here. I have a Japanese girlfriend since 10 months, so I wasn't feeling good in the company, so we split. Now I'm improving my Japanese. I'm trying new things and just trying to figure out where life goes from now.
So want to get a visa, maybe, or do you still have?
I still have till January, and I'm gonna try to extend. But yeah, like I'm saying, right now nothing is clear. Right now we're still looking how it's gonna go, what's gonna happen.
Yeah, how are relationships in Japan? You told us you have a girlfriend here. Is she Japanese?
She is Japanese, yeah. We were actually living together even before we were dating, because I live in a share house. So we were living in the same share house, and like getting to know each other and start dating, I don't think is different too much. At least not in our situation. She's Japanese, but she's traveled a lot of the world while she was studying and stuff. So she's more open-minded. But yeah, it's still some cultural stuff that is sometimes a barrier. Like she doesn't open up too much, and yeah, some things are just like, oh, we can't speak about that. Like in Germany, I think people, we speak just about everything. So it is complicated, but I think it works if just talk, listen to each other, and
Good. I have the feeling it's also a different thing if you, as a foreign man, date a Japanese girl, or as you, a foreign woman dating a Japanese man. I'm not sure. Do you have like experience in that?
Yeah, but I have not so many experience here, but yeah, it's a little bit different, like talking about and so on. Have you some experience?
Yeah, I have dated Japanese guy. I've tried to date Japanese guy before, but it didn't really work out because the cultural difference was just a little bit too big. In Germany, we're like both sides, man and woman, are like equal, basically in a relationship. But in Japan, sometimes it's still not the case, and I don't know why. Maybe it was just like these two cases, in my case, that they were really like, well, I'm the man in the relationship. I always know what's right. I will always say what to do. You will always be like, I don't know, not saying what is going on, or you will never be right. And I was just like, excuse me, this is not how it works. So for me, that's actually like a no-go.
it seems to be common in Japan, right? That the guys just, they skyrocket in the career, they work like 12, 13, 14 hours a day, and when the woman gets pregnant, like they put her in the house and she's taking care of the house, and many of them, they don't start work after
marriage.
Like, how long is the period in Japan? 1 year? Where the mom stays with the child at home?
Yeah, I think maybe also a year or something like that. Like
the same.
yeah, I think it's kind of the same. Yeah, no, they like, I heard a lot that they just stop working once they're married, and then they get pregnant, and then they just become a housewife, which is okay, which is really like, but it's really different from Germany because most women work, like most moms work in Germany. Like I'm from Berlin, and I think I don't know anyone who's a housewife.
Or at least they want to work in Germany. It's not here. If you talk to Japanese girls, many they have like this dream of, okay, I get married and then I just sit at home and
chill,
like, and
with the baby.
Yeah, probably that's a cultural thing that they learn from like when they're kids. They're okay, as a woman, that's like my goal in life, to get married and then sit at home, take care of the house and the kids. Whereas in Germany, more women, they get bored sitting at home and like, oh, we have purpose too, like we want to do stuff as well. So
we want to be more independent, I think. So
which I think is more interesting and better, because I know for myself, like just sitting at home is no good for me. So
yeah, that's right.
I think also for German women, it's also like a little bit of a security. Lots of women like or like not women, lots of couples divorce in Germany. It's just a fact. And then what are you supposed to do if you like didn't work? Then you have nothing. You have no man, you have no like family anymore. Then in this case you can just go back home and sit at your parents' house. But if you have a job, you like just continue with your life and you try to make it work. So, but I don't even know what happens here when they divorce.
I don't
Okay,
That's
will
a
they
good
go
question.
back to their parents' house then? I don't know. I don't even know. Yeah. So, yeah, also like some kind of security to just like have a job, have money, just in case that something happens. Or if your husband dies for some reason, like what do you do? So
that's right.
yeah. Do you already experienced like some kind of benefits because you look, or you are, not you just look like, but you are a foreigner and you look
I think it's easy to get jobs who are here for foreigners. For example, we teach German, so I think it's not so difficult to get a job as a German teacher or an English teacher because we have not so many, what do we say, competition. And also I'm not so good in English when I compare to my other German friends, but still I could work as an English teacher here with low-level students. I think in Germany they would say no because my level is not high enough. So when I came here for working holiday, first I thought it's hard to get a job, but still I could get jobs from a German lesson and I found very much and very easily. I think in other countries maybe it would not so easy for me to survive in working holiday. Yes. And you? Did you get some benefits?
Benefits, I'm not sure. You want to go first? I need to think about the benefits.
Okay. I think so far I experienced some kind of benefits. So, but I really played the Gaijin card really hard in the beginning when I came here because still I don't really speak Japanese. I just don't have time to study. I work a lot. But whenever I have to go to the ward office and they see, oh, she's a foreigner and she cannot really speak Japanese, then I have the feeling they really try to help me. We try to communicate with hand and feet, with Google Translate and everything, and I know that they don't have this kind of patience with everyone. So I think this is like a benefit I already experienced. Just,
Yeah, people get really nice, I think.
Right, try to help, see like, oh, okay, she needs help, she cannot speak, okay, let's try to make it work. And then also maybe they did some things for me, like fill out some forms in kanji really quick for what I have like needed like a half an hour to write that. So yeah.
Okay, yeah, I agree on the teaching thing, but since I didn't really plan to be a teacher, so I didn't get that kind of benefit. But yeah, I see the point. Like teaching German, of course, if you're German, like it's easy to get in. Whereas, yeah, in Germany we have to have a degree to teach like anything. Like, so yeah, also with people being nice, but that also depends. I think there is a difference if you're a foreign woman or a foreign man.
Probably, yeah.
So people being more nice to you is one thing. If they see me, is like, because I'm pretty tall as well, I'm like, whoa, and kind of a little bit distant right away. Like, of course, if I engage and if I talk to them, if I ask, they're ready to help. But I wouldn't say it's like it's a super benefit. I think they're nicer and more respectful here in Japan than in Germany.
Oh, definitely.
That's right.
But I think just the content of help, I think is pretty much the same. So I'm not sure about benefit. But yeah, I guess one benefit being a foreign guy in Japan and taller is I don't have to be scared to go anywhere.
No, that's
So
right.
I heard many Japanese people when they asked us like, oh, where do you go out and what do you do? And like, oh, we go to Namba, we go to Shinsaibashi, and they're like, oh, that's dangerous areas, or like I don't know. I walk freely in the street. I never had any problem, any trouble.
But also as a woman I feel safer here than in Germany. Yeah.
I did so too until 3 weeks ago when I got sexually harassed on the street actually from a Japanese guy. And that was really scary. Nothing happened because I was too strong, but he tried and that was a little bit scary. That's a benefit. If you're a foreigner, you're most likely stronger than Japanese women.
That's right.
And you can just like,
That's
so.
Yeah, okay. I think you have many challenges for foreigners in Japan, but still, I want you to try one day, and yeah, maybe we meet us someday somewhere.
Yeah, like she said, there is challenges, but the culture is beautiful, nature is fantastic, the food is delicious. Like, just come and try yourself.
Yeah, I think so too. It is maybe a little bit difficult in the beginning, and there will be like difficulties throughout the way, throughout living here, but it is definitely worth it. And I still don't want to go back. I still want to keep living in Japan.
Bye.
Bye.